Hi everybody, my name's Kevin Oakes. I'm an independent estate agent in the Welling and Sidcup area of Kent, and as per the thumbnail, today's video is regarding this modern method of auction which seems to have crept up on estate agency in the last few years, and why I think it's a terrible idea and it could potentially cost you thousands or tens of thousands of pounds if you're trying to sell a property without even realising it. So let's be very clear from the outset. If you're selling a property, you should consider all of the options. It's a really big decision to sell something worth, in this example, over £500,000. You should only really go down the auction route, in my opinion, if there's something wrong with your property. So a structural issue, subsidence, maybe there's flood or fire damage, or if there's a real pressing deadline. So for example, a repossession, where the money's really important, but the timescale's even more important than that. If you've got a normal house on a normal road like this, and it's my part of town, it's the street just around the corner from where I grew up and where I went to primary school, literally 100 yards away from where I lived as a little boy. And yes, it needs a facelift, needs modernising, but I can't see anything in the property particulars or on the advert or the photos that makes me think this is anything other than a normal house. And therefore, in my opinion, it should go on the normal market. Buyers should compete to view it and to offer on it. And the estate agent's job, they can't make someone buy your house that doesn't like it. But when they do establish who likes it, their job is to get you the best price possible within a reasonable period of time. And hopefully there's no stress along the way. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, this property is on the market through the modern method of auction. Terms and conditions apply and buyer's fees apply. And that is the part that's really shooting you in the foot as a vendor. And I'll explain why. The estate agent will not be paid by the vendor in this particular property sale. The estate agent will have told the vendor, I'm not going to charge you anything. The buyer is going to pay my fee. Therefore, you're going to save £4,000 or £5,000 in estate agency commission. Doesn't that sound great? Please sign here. Unfortunately, when you look at the terms and conditions, the buyer is going to be asked to sign a reservation agreement and to make a payment of a non-refundable reservation fee of 4.2%, including VAT. 4.2% on £507,000 is over £20,000. The buyer is going to be asked to put down a non-refundable £20,000 deposit. This is before they've instructed a conveyancing solicitor, and this is before they've had a survey done. So they've potentially only been at that property on one viewing for 10 or 15 minutes with their partner, maybe their mum and dad, and they're being asked to put down £20,000. Would you do that? I don't know many people that would. They're also being asked to pay £349 for a buyer information pack, whatever that is, another £960 for something else. And, they've got a deadline. It's got to be done in a certain amount of days and all these kind of things that basically will put a lot of buyers off. And if you're selling a house or your estate agent is working on your behalf to sell your property, why would you or they ever want to do anything that's going to put a buyer off? The more buyers you've got interested in your property, the greater the chance of success, the greater the chance of you getting the best price possible. If you're going to alienate potential buyers, people that maybe say, I don't really understand, I don't know, I bought a house once before and it didn't work like this, so I think I'm going to go and buy the one around the corner instead, or I haven't got £20,000, I wasn't budgeting for that. Or I was really keen on this house and I was going to pay you 525, but because I've got to pay this £20,000 buyer's fee, I think I can only really afford to offer you 505 instead of 525. None of these things benefit you as a vendor. So you're either less likely to sell or you'll sell for less money. It really is that simple. Would you want 20 people interested in your house or 2? Which one of those would ordinarily get you the best price? So all things considered, if you're offered the option of normal methods or modern method of auction, which would you choose?